What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dollar Mike and I'm back at it again with another video. This one should be pretty laid back, pretty chill. I just want to talk about something with you guys pretty much in this video. I've seen this trend going on YouTube with a couple of other YouTubers, so I wanted to step in, make my own video because I have things to share as well. Either way, if you couldn't tell by the title, we're pretty much going to be talking about money mistakes that I've made personally that have kept me broke personally. So this could be completely different for you or anybody else that's making these type of videos. So I think it's just a great thing to get into. It's always a great thing to focus on your finances, your personal finances, because it's personal for a reason, because we're all different. Either way, I did want to tell you guys about pretty much the money mistakes that kept me broke and what I did to pretty much change them, and some steps and tips I can give to you throughout your personal finance journey. So that's pretty much what we're talking about today. I'm gonna break this video down to 5 different sections, and I'll go over those 5 sections as we start the video. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the video. Let's go. We're not wasting any time. We're gonna get right into it. The first one is a cliche one. You guys always hear about it. If you watch any type of personal finance type of video on YouTube or even investing type of videos, you're probably gonna run into this word, and this word is budget or budgeting. It's super cliche, but honestly, it's just the truth. If you guys don't budget, you're probably gonna be broke. Someone that budgets probably has a little bit more money, or can do a lot more money, or can spread that money or make that money go a little bit further than someone that simply doesn't budget. So that's something you need to do. Is the number one reason I always talk about budgeting in general in my other videos, and I'm talking about it again here, and that's why I'm mentioning it first, because you need to budget. I don't care how you go about doing it. The point is that you need to start a budget and try to stick to it to get to your overall goals that you want to reach. It's hard to reach goals if you do not budget your money. You need to know the exact ins and outs of your money. You need to know where your money's coming from as far as income, and where it's going as far as all your expenses. If you don't know where your money's going after you make money from your paycheck every 2 weeks, then what's the point of even making the money in general? You're probably going to just be continuously be stagnant, continuously be like, oh, I don't have enough money to do this or that or buy this or that, just because I thought I had enough money, but clearly I don't, because I already spent it on something else I didn't realize I spent it on. That's because you don't know where your money is going. And this is as simple as simply writing down how much you make and pretty much where you're making it from, and also writing down what you typically spend your money on. That's as easy as it gets. It was one point in time where I had 5 separate jobs, and I'm looking over here at my notes because that's where I have all my notes at. So I just want to make sure I get this all right for you guys. So this is all truth. Either way, I had 5 separate jobs. 2 of those jobs were internship. One of them was DoorDash, so I did DoorDash as well. And one of them was my regular job as a cashier at a dry cleaners, and the other one I pretty much was flipping stuff that I just had laying around the house. So like 5 separate jobs. I had 5 separate jobs. I was probably making, because 2 of the internships were paying me, I was probably making anywhere between I was probably making about $25, $30 an hour with these 5 separate jobs. Mind you, I was only about 21, 22 years old. So that's a lot of money. I personally think that, to me personally, I thought that was a lot of money. I didn't have any other major bills. I didn't live on my own or anything like that. So I didn't have any major bills at 21 years old pretty much. So I thought 25 to 30 bucks an hour pretty much, essentially combined, I guess you could say, was a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I really didn't see the fruits of my labor, I guess you could say. I didn't see the fruits of my labor from that money as much as I could have, simply because although I was making a lot more money because I was working 5 separate jobs and I enjoyed working, I was also spending a lot more money on things I simply didn't need, and I just bought because I had money. I was keeping that stagnant type of lifestyle. Pretty much anytime I made more money, I would also increase my lifestyle, which is exactly what you should not do, because if you do that, of course, you're always going to be in the same spot. You're always going to be living paycheck to paycheck, meaning you have to go from one paycheck to pay for everything you want to pay for, and then move on over to the next paycheck to pay for whatever you got to pay for on top of your bills, and you pretty much never get there. It's just an endless cycle. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you go online, you can see tons of articles already out about people making well over 6 figures. Some people make $400,000 a year, and they still live paycheck to paycheck simply because they don't budget. They have no idea what they're spending their money on. And you may think this is crazy. You may think that sounds crazy. It does sound crazy that someone with 6 figures, 7 figures possibly, still end up going broke because they don't budget, but it's just the truth. Just do this for one pay period. Budget for one pay period. Just track your expenses for one pay period. Overall, let me know. Watch this video, come back and comment down below, and let me know what you find out about your expenses. Just do that. The second money mistake that kept me broke is habits. So I do want to talk about habits. I'm actually listening to a book right now known as Atomic Habits, which Oh my gosh, it's such a great book. I'm about halfway through it, I would say. So definitely listen to the book or read the book. Personally, up to you, whichever you like doing. I'm not personally someone that likes to sit down and read. I honestly get a headache. So I always listen to it. I'll listen to books and stuff in the car, audiobooks, obviously music. But yeah, so Atomic Habits is the book. I'll probably have something on screen. Yeah, check it out. Pretty much, what are you doing on a day-to-day basis that you're not even thinking about? And does that positively impact your life or negatively impact your life? Say, for instance, I don't know. I like donuts. You know what I'm saying? It's a dessert. I like donuts. I think I'm a pretty big donut fan. So not right now, but previously I would go out and maybe get a donut every morning or every other morning at Dunkin' Donuts or at Krispy Kreme or whatever before I go to work. Something like that. That costs money, right? So I go out, I might get a donut, be like, well, I'm here, so I'm not just gonna spend $1 for a donut. I might as well get like a coffee or something too. Now I spent like another $2-3. Now we're looking at about $4 or $5 a day, spread over across a week. That's about $20 a week. And then I continuously do this every single week as I'm going to work. Maybe I might even do it on the weekends as well. Who honestly knows? The point is, I created a habit for myself that I personally like donuts, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab some more donuts or grab one every morning because I feel as though that's what I need to do to get my day started. Now, does that habit positively impact my lifestyle or negatively impact it? Well, it could be either or, but overall pretty much negative because overall it's costing me more money. Donuts aren't really healthy in a sense, so putting all that sugar into my body every day probably isn't the best thing to do. But at the end of the day, it's positive in the fact that I wanted a donut, number one. So that's a little bit of positive right there. And also you just get the instant gratification of having sugar in your body, which your body generally likes sugar because it tastes good. And that's pretty much it. But past the instant gratification, all the long-term effects that comes with eating a donut or eating a little bit of sugar every single day, or even a lot of sugar every single day, and the long-term disadvantage of pretty much spending more money than you really need to spend every single day on something you don't really need and isn't really healthy for you, isn't really that good. So overall, it's a negative thing, but it can be positive as well. So I'm not saying don't treat yourself. Definitely treat yourself. What I'm saying is all in consideration and just watch your habits. Just take a look, write things down once again. Write things down of things you do on a daily basis that you might not even focus on because some of these things obviously could cost you money or just are negatively impacting your life and you might not even know about it. Once you figure out what those things are, then you can go ahead and try to change those habits. And I'm not going to get into all that in today's video, but like I said, Atomic Habits is a great book to help you change those habits. And I'm telling you guys, that book works. Like I said, I'm about halfway through it right now, and I've only been listening to it for about a week. And I've already seen some major changes in my personal lifestyle in 1 week. So definitely, if you follow even some of the steps, not everything, just some of the steps in that book, you'll be all good to go. Something new I wanted to try out for myself is actually trying to manage this thing right here. Yes, this thing will get you in a lot of trouble. It can help you a lot. It can change your life pretty much, or it can hurt you a lot because you can spend all your time sitting on TikTok for 16 hours a day because yes, people do that all day. I want to try pretty much setting up time limits for some of my apps on here like TikTok. I'm not on TikTok too often, but same thing, TikTok, Instagram, a lot of the social medias, Twitter. I want to set time limits on my phone because you can do that. I'm not sure if you can do it on Android, but I know on iPhone, you can go ahead and set time limits for certain apps. So after that time limit, you pretty much can't use the app unless you do whatever. I don't know. I'm going to set it up. We're going to try that out and see how that works out. But that is something I want to do because to me, that is a bad habit. I don't typically scroll on social media for super long amounts of time, but it's still longer than I'm comfortable with, and I could be doing other things like making more productive videos for you guys at times where I'm just scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter. I promise you scroll down TikTok for an hour, you probably couldn't tell me 5 TikToks you looked at. You probably couldn't tell me. Let me try it out, or just think about it. Think about it. Next time you get on TikTok or whatever, tell me 5 different TikToks or Instagram posts or whatever that you've seen or that you remember. It's crazy. It's mindless scrolling. It does not help you in any given way for the most part. So try to limit it as much as you can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to put some time limits on that. So yeah, that's it. That's it for habits. Let's move on to the third thing. And the third thing is comfort. So by comfort, I'm pretty much saying being safe and content and feeling good in the place that you simply are right now. This is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I always kind of relate this back to a job. If you're comfortable at your job, that's perfectly fine. I'm not saying you need to go out and quit your job and be an astronaut or whatever you want to be, or just be some crazy engineer or whatever. All I'm saying is be aware that you're comfortable. If you're comfortable at your location or at your job, like I said, I always relate it to a job because I think that's like one of the easiest examples. If you're comfortable at your job, that's fine. But I don't know, for me personally, being comfortable isn't okay. And also being comfortable pretty much puts a huge hindrance on growth, because if you're comfortable, you're probably not going to want to change too much because you're already okay. You're already good. You're already making enough money where you feel as though like, okay, I'm cool, like I'm cool with this lifestyle, I'm cool with living like this, but you're not making any more and you're probably not making any less, but you also don't like your job anymore and you probably don't want to leave any less either. So being comfortable is okay if that's what you're okay with, but for someone that's trying to find growth and trying to excel in life throughout different aspects of your life, then being comfortable may put a great hindrance on that. And I want to go a little bit more in depth on that. When it comes to me in particular and my job that I had previously, I realized I was at a point where I was a little bit too comfortable and I ended up actually staying at that job for an extra year. And it really wasn't necessary for me to do that. On top of me staying at this job for pretty much an extra year, I pretty much missed out on a lot of money because I didn't step outside my comfort zone, look for another job, and try to improve upon myself. I was so comfortable staying at this particular job where I was like, okay, I stayed here for an extra year, didn't make any extra income or any extra bonuses, and actually caused me a tremendous amount of stress in that final year I was working at that particular job. I knew in the back of my head I should have left, but I didn't want to leave because, like I said, the money was at that point where like, okay, I'm not quitting, but I also don't feel like it's just that easy. But like I said, that last year was probably one of the worst years and definitely one of the worst jobs. And we'll talk about my jobs in another video, but definitely, actually not one of the worst. That was the worst job. The last year that was the worst job I've ever had in my life. It was a very dark time for myself, I feel as though, but if anybody, if you know me personally, then you would know what I'm talking about. But I'll probably talk about it on YouTube one of these days. The point is, I feel like when you're comfortable, you lose the drive to challenge yourself. And for someone like myself, where I'm 25 years old, and someone that you may be watching this video, we're young, most likely. And even if you're not young, I still feel like you should challenge yourself. But the point is, you're young, and I think you should challenge yourself because all you're doing is bettering yourself for the long term. If you're gonna, go out here and make all this money that you want to make and do everything you want to do, then wouldn't it be a lot easier to do it if you made more money versus making less money? That's all I'm saying. And if you challenge yourself, you learn new skills and everything like that, you're making yourself more valuable for yourself and for other people that may want to employ you if they're interested in employing you. So that means you're going to make more money on top of you already being a better person for yourself and being a better person for them if you want to work for them or if you want to start your own business. Why not? Whole point is, I ended up staying in that job for an extra year. And like I said, I cost myself a lot of money because my next position, I overall over doubled my salary. So not double, I made more than double on my very next job. And I didn't even realize that I could have did this a year earlier, which would have been amazing. Don't lock yourself in a box. Do what you got to do and make sure you're worthy for what you want to be worthy for. Make sure you're proud of yourself. That's what I'm saying. Either way, let's go on to the fourth thing. So I feel like I really ran through that one. The fourth one is, like I said, we're just talking today. The fourth one is automation. So automation is pretty self-explanatory. You want to do things in your life that make your life easier. You want to automate your life and you want to keep things out of sight, out of mind, that you want things to be out of sight and out of mind, and things that you need to be doing, you want to make sure they're in sight and in mind at all given times. So that means you're focused on those things more. Now, what do I mean by that? In a personal finance setting, I'm pretty much saying automate your savings, automate your investing, and pretty much automate your budgeting if you can. If you get paid consistently every single 2 weeks and you know exactly when that check is going to come in, you pretty much know exactly how much that check is going to cost, then automate some of your savings. Make sure if you want to actually save more money, try to actually save more money, but don't try to get that check and then be like, maybe I'll put in $20 in the savings and then $100 in investing this month. No, don't do that. Pretty much set it up. What do you want to do? Figure out your budget. Like in the beginning, figure out your budget, figure out how much you want to save, figure out how much you want to invest, and go about it that way. So if you want to, say, save and invest $100 every single month, that means for the paycheck, you're going to go ahead and set up an automatic payment that goes from your bank account to whatever investing account and your bank account to whatever savings account every single 2 weeks automatically for $50. That way you're going to get $100 in both of those assets pretty much of your life, $100 into investing and $100 into savings every single 2 weeks, no matter what. Because like I said, you already know how much your check is going to be. You already know when your check is going to come. So if that's all automated, then why not just automate your savings and investing? And you may say, well, Mike, I might not have enough money that time. Well, that comes back to budgeting. Do not pretty much spend what you don't have. Don't overspend. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to try to impress people. That's literally what we are. I mean, we're human, so we're going to try to impress people anyway. But overall, as you get older, no one cares. Like, it's more of a younger thing. But once you get older, I really don't care. I'm sorry, bro. Like, of course, the jealousy, the envy, it can get in your head. But overall, once you get older, things just change for for the better for the most part. I didn't grow 3 different investment accounts, multiple savings accounts, and other things to over $60,000, $70,000 in worth by not automating it. I'm not gonna magically save all this money all the time. I'm not gonna feel like, oh yeah, I'm gonna toss 500 in here today and then toss another 500 in 2 days from now. I'm not gonna do that. So having everything be automated really does work. So just try it out. You don't have to save as much money as I'm saving or invest as much money as I'm investing. Don't compare yourself to me. The point is just do what works best for you. If only saving $1 every single week works, it works, and it works great because you're in the mindset of saving. So that's gonna pretty much put you in the mindset to continuously save. So this is budgeting, this is habits, and this is automations all put together into one single thing, bro. I'm not gonna keep doing this. I don't want this video to be super long. Either way, let's get into the 5th one. I keep looking over here because that's where my nose is. And the 5th one is environment. Now, this one's also super cliche, but like I said, it's just true. I'm sorry to tell you, it's just true. You are a product of your environment. Whatever you're around, you're probably gonna be like. I don't know what the odds are, maybe 70%, maybe 80%, 90%. I don't know what the odds are. But whatever you're around, you're probably gonna be just like that as you grow, as you get older, because that's what you're surrounded by. You don't know anything else. If you don't know anything else, then how could you possibly be something else? But now, can you break out of it? Of course, sure you can break out of it. But if you're gonna continuously be around these type of people or live this type of lifestyle, then it's probably gonna be a lot harder for you to break out of it versus someone that's not around these type of people and pretty much not living this type of lifestyle. It's just as simple as it gets. If you're always hanging out with your friends and they're always spending money on food, clubs, alcohol, whatever, like I said, and I do it too. I'm just saying, I do it too. I'm not immune to any of this. What I'm saying is, it's just life. It is what it is. But if you want to make a change for yourself, then you have to make a change for yourself. That's literally all it has to be. So if you want to change who you are, you need to change your environment. You might just say, I'm not going out this time. Or you could maybe even offer us a suggestion of what you could do that could possibly be cheaper for everyone, and you guys all could still have a lot of fun regardless. So it's tons of different ways you can go about this, but if you're going to be a product of your own environment, which you are, no matter what, then to an extent you are, no matter what, then make sure you can do it to the best of your ability. And if you can't do it to the best of your ability, then you got to step outside that box. You got to leave that environment to overall try to better yourself. If that's what you really want to do, you got to take that risk. You got to take that jump. Some people are going to like you for it. Some people are going to hate you for it. I've lost friends over it. It is what it is. People grow up. People change. I don't know what else to tell you. Like I said, it's just a product of getting older. It's just life. So figure out what you want for yourself. Once you figure that out, trust me, it's not that hard. Once you figure those things out, you'll be all good to go. But when I look at the environment thing, like I said, it's a cliche thing because it's just true. It just is what it is. So I don't really have too much else to say. Overall, you can only help the people that want to be helped. So I only can help the people that's willing to take this advice. But if you're already sitting here watching a video like this, then I'm pretty sure you're already on the path of trying to change yourself or better yourself in some type of way. And if you're not, then that's cool too. Just thank you for watching, and make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, either way, that's pretty much all I got. This video is a little bit longer than I wanted to be. And honestly, I would love to just sit down and talk about this a little bit longer. So I might have to do like a long form type of video or maybe like a podcast or something. I don't know. I wouldn't mind talking about this a little bit longer. I want to try to get the stories across if I could. And yeah, so like I said, it's long. We'll see how it is edited. It looks like about 34 minutes right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But if you guys are still hanging around, still watching, I'll give you guys a bonus real quick. This is a quick bonus. I do this all the time, and I also say it all the time. And to me, it works. It might not work for you, but for me, it works. And it is, it is tell yourself or tell everybody. I don't care. I actually don't care. Tell yourself, because I do it. I do both of them. Tell yourself, tell everybody you know, whatever. Tell them you're broke, bro. Tell them you're broke. Tell them you're broke. Tell yourself you're broke. Tell everybody else you're broke. Knowing you're not broke, but just do it. Just try it out. Let me know. Do it for like a month. Try it out. Let me know. See what happens. But telling yourself you're broke, even though you got money, I got money, but I'm broke. All right? I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? So like the video. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Like I said before, I'm out. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Stay positive. Stay cool. I think that's it. Dollar Mike. Peace.